I'm Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! In the UK. Thank you for joining me. This week's craft along is back to what I really love most, cards with a bit of a wow on the inside. So this one is a gatefold card. I've actually put a belly band around it. It doesn't really need holding together, but I just wanted to put a bit of a hint of what's on the inside. So other than that, I've left the outside quite plain, but pretty. I just get the belly band off, which when you practice beforehand comes off straight away. As soon as you're doing it on camera, no. I've also got a very naughty little kitten running around that every time I start filming, she chases something across the floor or scratches the doormat, so if there's any noise, it's her. So this is my card. There's the little belly band, and that's what it's like flat. It's a bit like one of those panel cards with different pieces to it. You could decorate it however you want, but when it stands up, it's like that, which is a little bit hard to show on camera, but I hope that you like it as much as I do. How I've done this bit is just layered. We'll go through that. And the paper, oh my goodness, the paper, it's absolutely beautiful. And you can earn it free. As with all Stampin' Up! Papers, it's double-sided as well. Let me find the page. So it is Daisy Flowers paper. Look, free. You just have to make a qualifying purchase from your local demonstrator and you can choose that as your free item. So hence me using it today. I've layered the panels up on my card. You probably don't need to do that. You could get away with just doing the designer series paper, but I really wanted a nice strong card that would stand up all by itself. I haven't put a place for a message on the back of mine, but this panel here would be what I would do. I would just get a piece of white card and stamp something on there and then write my personal message. So that, because that's just crying out for it, isn't it? It folds flat like that and goes into a standard envelope. So we are sorted. Let me show you how to make it. So while I gather a few bits and pieces, basically this is what you need. A base card that is 5 7/8 by 8.5. And then we're going to do a couple of scores and a couple of cuts. But I will talk you through it step by step, and I promise it's easy. The middle bit, the bit that pops out here, okay, I have used the circles, and there is another circle there, so I've obviously put that somewhere. Let me get that. So bring that in there. This die set is really lovely. It is called Stylish Shapes, and it's perfect for layering because all the sizes just layer up in a certain amount, and it's just perfect. So I've just used some of those. I'm waffling now. What else did I use? Oh, some of the paper. Let me show you the paper. Loads of different papers in it. Hopefully you've got those sizes. So double-sided, all sorts. Some's that a panel, you could just cut that off and use that just as it is. Even some watercolour type sides, all different beautiful, beautiful papers. One of them is, where is it now? It's not going to be the one I've picked, is it? Hang on, bear with me because I just need to show you this. One of them is like this. That's what I was looking for. One of them's like that. So what I've done is cut that out and then fussy cut it. Honestly, it's not that bad to give me that. And then what I'm going to do is cut into that so that it fits around my circle lovely. Now, the thing with fussy cutting is don't go too close because otherwise you've got nothing to put your glue on and nothing to put your dimensionals on to help it stand up. So the very edges, fussy cut, quite close, but try and leave a middle piece that is quite strong so you've still got a nice strength in your card. So that would be my tip for that. Right, let's craft. So this time I'm going to do 2 layers again. I'm going to use Starry Sky, just because I haven't really used it. And then I'm going to layer it with Blushing Bride. So that's that sort of colour. And then I'm going to use the same papers on the top, like so. We'll see how that one comes out. Now, why have I done that? Because on the pack, the Stampin' Up! Packs, it actually tells you what colours are in there, and I've just picked some colours from that. Takes all the guessing away from you. So you know that your card is going to have a bit of a wow, because the colours are going to coordinate perfectly. Now, to save time with you watching this video, I have cut loads of stuff to size, but I'll run through the sizes with you as we go. Don't panic. The first bit you need is your base card. That's the bit that has the most work. Now this needs to be 5 7/8 by 8 1/2. Now I think I've already cut it at 5 7/8. So if you're struggling with the inches, it is 2 lines back from the 6-inch mark. That makes it 5 7/8. Okay, and then the length of it is 8 1/2. So 8 1/2. That's fairly easy to do. And you've got that piece left over. This was cut originally from a 12 by 12 piece though. So it will fit on an A4. So the actual size you need is that size there. So it's quite a nice little size card. Now, it's not complicated, I promise. Bear with me. I will show you it step by step. So put the long side at the top, okay, of your die cutting. Die cutter trimmer. Oh my goodness, we're already going wrong. Okay, put the long side of your card along the top of your paper trimmer. Now we are looking to score it at 2 1/8. So 2 1/8. Make sure that your cutting blade is out the way, because you'll be so annoyed with yourself if you cut it. And just score, okay? 2 1/8. And then slide it along, and you're doing 6 3/8. Now 6 3/8 is quite a tricky one, because it's right in the folding bit. So if you're struggling, just turn it round and do 2 1/8 again, because basically that's what it is you're doing. So I'm going to do 6 3/8. Okay. Now that will give me my gatefold card. It's got a panel either side, but I need to cut this middle bit out. So I'm going to turn it onto the short side, just like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut between this score line and this score line. Okay, so not into these end panels. I'm just going to do a cut line there. What size am I going to do that? 1 1/4 inches. The Stampin' Up! Trimmer has a really handy thing. It's got a measure along the side there. I don't know if you can see. Let me put a bit of paper under. Can you see it's got measurements along the side as well? So what I am going to do is, I know that this is 2 1/8. So, and I've put it at 1 1/4. So I've just measured my card in 1 1/4. And on the actual cutting blade, there's a little line either side, so you can put the blade exactly on that score line. So just press it in, and then I'm going to slide it down to the other score line. Okay, and you can see exactly where you're cutting. Just use your side line as your mark. So if I take that off, I've now got that cut line. So I'm going to spin it round, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. It's 1 1/4. I'm going to put my blade on the score line, just push it down, and then I'm going to pull it towards me to the other line. And that will give me those 2 cuts. So 1 1/4, turn it round, 1 1/4. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it back so it's got the long piece at the top, and I'm back to scoring. So put your blade out of the way. The first one I'm going to do is I'm going to find 3 inches here. So that's 3 inches, and I'm going to do a score line between the cut line there and the cut line there. So again, I just can use my trimmer so that I can see where I'm scoring. And I've lifted that up, so I haven't scored on this piece. There's just a score line in between the 2 cuts. Okay, now I am going to turn it round, and I'm going to do the same again. So 3 inches and a score line on that very middle section, just between the cut lines. Now there's one more score line to do, and it's going to be on this rectangle panel here and here, and that needs to be at 4 2/8. So if I slide my paper along to 4 2/8, and I'm just putting a score at the very top and the very bottom. So that goes there, and that goes there. Okay. Let's bring that out the way. Okay, so it should look like that. I'm not sure. I picked a really bad colour for you to see. So there's 2 panels with no score lines. There's 2 rectangles at the top and bottom, and then this middle section has got 2 panels and a middle piece, okay? And the only cuts are those bits there and there. Now I find it easier to decorate this while it's flat, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to give you the sizes of the paper. Now I've said designer series paper, but what I do is do a layer of card and then put a layer of designer series paper on the top. So this is for the first layer. So if we do that together, so I need 2 pieces that are 2 inches by 5 6/8. So that's my side panels. So let's glue those down. So you need 2 of these. Blushing Bride is not really a colour I've used very often. I am a creature of habit. I do use greens and blues a lot. I quite like plain cards, as in a white base card, and then add a bit of colour or a wow to the inside of that. So it's quite nice to go outside my comfort zone and do 2 colours that I wouldn't necessarily have put together. So these were 2 inches by 5 6/8. Now the panels that are here and here, here and here are all the same. So you need 4 of them. Okay, and they are 2 inches. So the width is all 2 inches. And then it's 1 1/8. Okay, so let's stick those down. I don't know if you can hear my cat Amber, but she's licking, biting, scratching. She's doing all sorts. I hope you can't, because it sounds horrendous. Okay, and then this one. That. And then this last one here. Check that. Okay. 2 inches by so. Now we've got 2 side panels here. These are 6/8 by 3 1/4. So we're just going to stick those on. I always use Tumbo glue purely because it gives me a bit of wiggle room. But not everyone likes Tombow. Some people like double-sided, and that's absolutely fine. You can use double-sided. That just goes on there, like so. Okay, and then the middle piece is 2 3/8 by 3 1/4. So 2 3/8 by 3 1/4. So Starry Sky and Blushing Bride. Just like that. Okay, so you could just decorate those. You could stamp on the panels, you could do what you wanted to do. I'm going to then layer them with some of that designer series paper. So I've already cut this again so that you don't have to wait for me. I do like to cover up the white core of the card. So when you use the coloured card, it's coloured all the way through, but the designer series paper has got a white core. So I have brought my Starry Sky one through, but I'm not sure if that is what I want to do. Yeah, that's all right actually. Just because it gives another bit of detail. You can barely see it, you don't have to do this. And I'm just using a marker pen, and this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller than the DSP. So if it was 2 inches wide, it would be 1 7/8. Okay, so that's just going to go on there, like so. Well, that looks nice, doesn't it, layered up? Oh, I don't know which colour I like best now. The one that was Old Olive and Rich Raspberry, or this Starry Sky and Blushing Bride. It's going to be a difficult choice. So this is the same with the other side. Okay, that's just going on there, and like so. And then the other pieces, but these bits, they're going to go here and here, here and here, like that. So we quickly stick those. Oh, and then what you'll notice is that when I do the side panels in a minute, I actually do them a different side of the paper. Just so it really pops out that it's a bit of a wow. It's different to the rest in the middle. That's not quite straight. It'll be fine. They're not going to be looking at that bit. They're going to be looking at the wow bit in the middle. Okay, so that bit's going to go there. This bit's here. The side panels I just did in the reverse side of the paper. Look, easy as that. Didn't have to think about that too much. So you can still tell that they're different, but they don't blend in with the others. So you know there's something else going on there. It just distracts your eye and makes you look more at this bit. Oh, now the middle bit, what did I do on the middle bit? So I'm going to have that. It doesn't matter that it overlaps these, as long as I don't stick them at the sides, I'll just stick them in the middle. That one is going to go onto there, and then this is going to be the bit that I've stamped. Now, when I was looking at what I could stamp on there, it was a little bit tricky. So I came across this stamp set. I haven't used very much, Framed Occasions. I like the added dotted detail around there. It looks like stitching, and I like the Thankful We're Friends. So I'm going to use that. Let me see. I think Happy Future Ahead. Thankful We're Friends. Okay, and what colour. I think I'll do Starry Sky because there's going to be some greenery all round. So let's just go with Starry Sky. Luckily, Stampin' Up! You don't need very much ink because they're pretty juicy. And that's just going to go like that. Okay. And then the other piece is just like that. So I'm going to put it down, then pick it up, and then I'm not shaping it by pulling it around. Oh, that's going to leave loads of ink. Do you think? I'm going to have to be really careful here because I've over-inked it. So I'm not going to press down. Oh, so lucky. If I'd have pressed really hard, I would have had that thick, bold circle as well, and that isn't what I want. So I just gently kissed it. Okay. So if we bring that back in, I need some dimensionals. I've got some of them somewhere. Here. So I'm going to worry about putting the flowers around after. And I'm also not putting dimensionals right at the edge because I want to be able to tuck some of my flowers round, sort of under a little bit. Just shape the flowers round the circle. So that bit is going on there, just in the middle there. And then this is going to be layered again. So again, I'm just putting some dimensionals in the middle and not right at the edge because I want to tuck some of those flowers round. So that's going to go like so. Now I'm going to put that to one side, bring my card over and just shape it. Haven't done the other side. So this panel and this panel on that side is going to be the front of the card. So I have got some more of this paper, but again I'm going to do that side so that it just hints that there's something on the inside. So I'm going to use my trick because it is going on dark card. Just going to colour the white core of that paper. This is probably one of the things I do most when I'm crafting. Colour the white core. Okay, that one's there. I think this is the last side. Yep. So I'm going to stick that on. Is there an up or down? I don't really think there is. Okay. So what are you loving in the new catalogue? Have you seen it? If you haven't seen it and you'd love to, just look up your local demonstrator, or if you like what you've seen with me, if you get in touch with me, I can get one to you in the post. But it's quite nice to have a local demonstrator because then if they're doing workshops and get-togethers, you can be part of that community, and there's nothing quite like it. It's good to do things virtually, but it's even nicer to do it in person. So that doesn't look anything at the moment, but I promise you it will. So if I turn that back over, I'm going to turn it sideways just because it's easier for me to fold. That's going to go around the front. That's going to go around the front, so I'm just going to burnish that with my fingers for now. So that's my fold. This one, I'm going to fold it like that and just make sure that that's like that. That one goes forward, that one goes back, and then if I turn it around this way and just do that one the same, which way is up? That way is up. So that is my card. So now I just need to do this. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of there again, but remember I'm not doing them at the edges. I'm just doing them across the middle, just so that it sticks up. I might put another one there just to make sure, but I haven't gone anywhere near the edges. Okay, we're nearly there. How exciting. I actually am not sure which colour I like the most. So you can go over the sides because that's going to stand like that. And now if I bring this back in, let me find my scissors. So there's little bits on here that naturally feel like they come to an end, like this bit here. This bit here, I would say, right by that golden flower there. If I come round there, finish that one there, okay. So that's like that, although it's too big a circle or an oval, so I'm going to go down there as well. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just finishing it off so that it... Can you see? I've just about there. So that now looks like it's always been like that. And that bit's going to go on one side. Let's have a look. That bit as well, because that could go around like that. It just allows you to curve it a bit more. Now this side, oh, I think probably there. So if I come down there, oh, scissors have got stuck. And go around that one. And because you're layering this, you definitely won't see joins. So I've got that bit now. So I've got that bit and that bit. This bit and this bit. Okay. Ooh, I feel like that's sort of this angle. But I'd quite like to tuck it behind a little. So I'm going to cut there. Just so I can shape. Remember, don't go too close. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. You need to leave a little bit for your... Can you see there? So now that can go around there and that can go over. So it looks like it's overlapping. And then either use a dimensional or some glue. I'm actually going to use a dimensional on that bit because I want that bit to stay up. I want it to stand proud. But I need that to tuck under, so I'm going to put some glue on that bit. So that's going to tuck under there. That's going to go there. And once you've done those two bits, see where it falls? Does it need a dimensional? Does it need a bit of glue? Just be guided by the shape that you've got there. So I'm going to put a little dimensional there, because we've got little dimensionals. Okay, and this bit's fairly stuck, so I don't need to put any more on there. Let's have a look what else we've got. This one definitely needs to go round. So does that need to go round there? Or should we have a bit there and a bit there? Because I don't have to go all the way round. I'm going to do this bit next. I'm going to layer it like that. So the dimensional is going to go on that piece. And some glue is going on this piece. And then I'll see where it lays. So that bit is going there. And that is being tucked behind. Does it need any more? No. That looks nice. Nearly there. Now I've got two bits. I might use that on the front like I did the other one. And this one, that sort of lends itself to just go like that. That's almost done itself. So a dimensional on the bit that's on the top. Oh, so this little floral bit was on the top, like so, and then this bit was on the back. Right, and I make sure that's stuck there, and make sure that goes on there. There you go, look at that. Ta-da! So all that's left for me to do is a belly band for the front. Did I have some card left? Oh, not a big enough bit. Right. Oh, what's this? Yep. So this can come round. I've just cut a 1-inch strip at the minute. That's going to go like that. I'm just going to tuck that round, probably to about there. Like so. And then I just layer that with a couple of those dies again. So on this one I did the green, the old olive green circle and then a white circle. So I'm going to do the same again on this, but I'm not going to do that on camera. You can come onto Instagram or Facebook and you can see the end result. So, ta-da! Are you ready? Ta-da! Which one do you like the best? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at them side by side. Okay. So we have got Old Olive and Rich Raspberry, or we've got Starry Sky and Blushing Bride. Oh, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little tutorial. I haven't waffled on too much, although sometimes I do. I just love crafting with you. Hopefully it's inspired you. I would absolutely love to see your makes. Please send me a picture at createtheottaway@gmail.com. If you're looking for more inspiration, you can find me on Instagram and or Facebook. And if you've loved watching the video, please subscribe and click on the little bell and you'll be notified of when I do my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.